All right, Black Power is the General Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. We black in the house, family. We black in the house. We is black in the house. Niggas thought we was just gonna do one day on the goddess. No, 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 we don't do it like that. Nigga, black African history is the black woman. Nigga, you start with her and you end with her. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get the science of this goddess down. That's where we fucking up. That's where we reclaim our manhood, nigga. When we get our queens together, nigga, our manhood gonna be, reestablished in all power. Niggas want to be a man without stepping up for the queens. That shit don't work. I'm in the house, nigga. Yeah. Motherfuckers won't tell you about all what the black man did and no, nigga, we tired of that. You know what I'm saying? We won't know about what these black queens been doing. You know what I'm saying? We always get that imbalance in history. You know, even when we go to Egypt, all you hear about is the kings. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to talk about the queen. And then, that's the imbalance, because it wouldn't be no damn Egypt if it wasn't for the African woman, if it wasn't for the black woman. Okay? Wouldn't be no goddamn Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? Every motherfucker that did something great in Egypt, he was born through the womb of an African woman. He couldn't have done none of that if his mama wasn't beloved enough to raise him up, show him the ways of life and show him the ways of the universe. You see what I'm saying? We want to lay that out too many times because you niggas is patriarchal. You niggas is following around these goddamn goat herders and these goddamn crackers who don't know where they're going. Everywhere they ain't got no respect for no one. I'm going to start off banging because me and Pharaoh coming on later. That don't mean I'm going to rush because I'm not going to rush. The queen get hers first. You know what I'm saying? Then we're going to go into the conscious community gang bang. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to deal with today, we're going to deal with the 18th dynasty. And we're going to deal with the 19th dynasty too. You understand? And it's not like it wasn't no all-powerful empresses and queens, African queens, before the 18th dynasty. But, the 18th dynasty was so profound. You understand what I'm saying? Because in that dynasty, it left so much as far as records. You know what I'm saying? The evidence was so overwhelming that everybody wanted to hide the facts of the greatness of that African woman. I'm going to deal with the white Nefertiti madness that they had on, I think it was it Discovery Channel? Motherfuckers ain't discovering nothing but some madness. That's all they discovering is some madness and some more madness. Gonna put a white Nefertiti up there, white King Tut. You understand what I'm saying? In one of the hottest regions on the planet, like we silly. You understand what I'm saying? Like we silly. Certain information is just a dagger in the heart. You understand? Even though you're gonna throw more than one dagger, that's just a dagger they don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Being over there in Egypt, I seen them running and hiding from the almighty sun, the almighty Amun-Ra. I seen them running and hiding. You see what I'm saying? They can't lie to nobody that visually seen them. You understand? Under punishment. You see what I'm saying? Under severe punishment of the rays of the sun. I seen it for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody to think that this is just a rant without evidence. This is evidence, and you understand? That's why we got the rant, because they lying and on our culture, they lying on our people, stealing our legacy, and we got to do whatever we got to do to reclaim our legacy. So I remember over 30 years ago, sitting at the feet of Dr. Ben, many silly ass Negroes. You understand what I'm saying? You know, they'll put out anything to try to hurt me, you know, which they cannot do. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm made of titanium, nigga. You can throw you can throw a mountain at me, nigga, and it's still gonna crumble. I'm still gonna rumble, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know me, nigga. You got to do far greater than that. I done took over 15 years of niggas throwing their best, nigga, and them niggas in the grave, and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Delivering the message of the ancestors. All these niggas is weak. They don't teach shit. And that's what we're going to deal with later on. Don't teach nothing. All they is low frequency niggas. You understand? Or get up on TV to show the worst of themselves. Exposing nobody but they self. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing positive to say to nothing. And you wonder why the babies in the madness, you know, that they seeing on the internet and emulating it and wonder where they got it from. They got it from these old sick ass niggas out here that don't know no goddamn better, grown as a motherfucker, and come up on the internet to show the worst of themselves to the world, embarrassing everybody in the goddamn community. And you know what I'm saying? And so that's why we have to distance ourselves from these Negroes. They don't know nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you niggas, you know, just got a telephone. Some of you motherfuckers just got a telephone. Just take a 2-minute video, 3-minute video. Niggas, go somewhere and sit down. You know what I'm saying? You wasting people time. You ain't got nothing to say. You just got some technology and you're abusing the shit. You're abusing the motherfucking technology. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to have that shit, put it to work. Do some research. Bring some facts. Encourage the people to study greater and greater. But y'all niggas see the lack of consciousness today is why, you know, you got the lighthouses, generalseti, young Pharaoh, the lighthouse is shining so bright through the universe. And these niggas mad. And so, you know, all they could do was slander, you know, and cause all kind of chaos in the community. Motherfuckers can't teach on nothing. You know, half these niggas won't even take the time to try to pronounce the fucking word that's coming out of their mouth. If you're going to take the time to teach, I mean, I done seen motherfucker, and I know I don't know how to, you know, pronounce every motherfucking thing, but I'm not going to fuck up too many times. If it's some odd shit that I ain't never seen, but I'm going to get it. You know, eventually I'm going to get it. I done seen motherfuckers come up and every word that come out their goddamn mouth, they fucking up. Like, man, how in the fuck you gonna check a motherfucker and your vocabulary, nigga, is in shambles? Get your nigga, Dave, if you don't know how to pronounce it, how the fuck you gonna define it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So niggas out here trying to check motherfuckers and vocabulary is in shambles. We got to get it together, family. We can't come out here shooting shots at, you know, brothers and sisters and, you know, we ain't got our shit together. You know what I'm saying? And so today, you know, I wanted to, in this whole year, you know, I just want to most definitely step up, you know, the science of that African queen, because it boils down to that. You see, we want manhood, we want medals, we want all these, you know, we want all the accolades and shit. You know what I'm saying? Being, you know, so mighty and so, you know, masculine, but we ain't done nothing, you know, to bring justice to this African woman and this African child. You know what I'm saying? I speak for the whole brotherhood. I'm not throwing no, we talking as a brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? We haven't done any goddamn thing to bring the justice to this African woman and this African child. You know what I'm saying? But we want all the accolades as a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and, you know, because we have taken our de-spirituality, because we're not spiritual at all. Anytime you got a godhead or a deity, you understand, and ain't no woman in it, and ain't no African woman, ain't just no woman, ain't no African woman, and ain't no, you know, the balance, the masculine energy in the creative force of the universe, nigga, you're lopsided. Nigga, you're lopsided. You ain't even respecting the feminine energy, nigga. You came from a woman. That's sad. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got niggas out here that, and the most definitely is niggas out here that's latching on to the black woman is God, and they not prepared to even understand what that science means. You know what I'm saying? They don't even understand what the science means. You know, and that's why too many, you know, and I'm saying this because, you know what I'm saying, because they can't explain that science. You know what I'm saying? They latch on to it thinking that that's going to bring them some kudos and that the sister's going to run to the, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas in the community. And now there's some brothers that understand exactly what that science is and live it to the fullest extent. And that's respect. You know what I'm saying? That's great respect. I see, you know, to see young Pharaoh come up as a young man and pronounce it and proclaim it so powerfully, you understand, is a merit to the brotherhood. That, you know, the many years that I was teaching, that energy continued to, you know, to grow and become more profound to one of the next generation picked that mantle up and came forward and did it when grown ass niggas 2 and 3 times his age could not do it. And then motherfuckers got enough nerve to disrespect, and you niggas ain't done shit or proclaim nothing as far as respecting this African. We can't keep doing motherfucking videos. We can't keep just doing videos. But I have to deal with niggas where they at. We got a lot of cowards in the goddamn community. We got a lot of niggas that's gonna run and get that chopper for their brother, but when that peckerwood come down the block, that motherfucker can have a water gun. And you motherfuckers will run in the house and die behind the motherfucking couch, niggas shaking in your goddamn boots, because this motherfucker done punked you in your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why he could do whatever he want. He could disrespect the children. He could disrespect the elders. He could disrespect your punk ass. He disrespect the goddess, you know, and jumping, putting knees all in the back of the goddesses. And, you know, and ain't no get back, you know, because ain't no manhood there. Just because you got a dick, nigga, don't make you a man. Straight the fuck up, you know, and that's got to be real. And they done punk niggas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is praying to Allah. Niggas is praying to Jesus Christ. Ain't none of these gods did nothing for our liberation and redemption. I must say that. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? I must say that. You know, these niggas thinking because, you know, they got some patriarchy or motherfucking belief. You understand what I'm saying? That make them more mad. These niggas got beards and all kind of shit. And the cracker punking their ass every motherfucking day. Every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? If this shit was so profound, why have we been up under these philosophies for now 2,000 years and it ain't done shit to overthrow the goddamn slavery that we've been in? Niggas want to talk about Egypt. We trying to reclaim Egypt. But niggas been proclaiming goddamn Christianity for, you know, 1,000 years. Niggas been proclaiming Islam over 1,000 years, and it ain't done nothing to overthrow the motherfucking oppression of the people. Matter of fact, we in deeper. We in deeper. When you look at the Arab and shit, how he treat his damn woman, and then you immolate him and his energy, and so then you carry that shit on over to the black woman. And I understand they think it's all about respect. You understand where you wrap your woman up and this, that, and the third, and you put all, you know, the clothing on them and shit to wrap them on up. I understand some of that, but you thinking that that's going to stop a motherfucker from being a tyrant or being a savage. That don't stop no motherfucker from being no damn savage. You understand what I'm saying? Our sisters walked around in the most beautiful of garments all over Africa. They ain't never had a man rape them or do nothing. You understand what is it? The indoctrination of the goddamn oppressor that caused these niggas to be the way that they is. And so just dressing up ain't changing shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's oppressing the African woman. That's all you doing, because it'd be one thing if you was going to bat for and this, that, and the third. And so I could see you, you know, you saying, okay, I'm doing this to protect her dignity and respect, but you done wrapped up and you ain't done nothing to protect her. And if she ain't wrapping up like you want her to, nigga, she's out of the circumference of help. You understand, from you, nigga. So if you're a Muslim, nigga, you ain't helping nobody that ain't a Muslim. And if you is, nigga, You ain't helping nobody that ain't in your primary care. And then if you, and some of you majority of you niggas ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing about that. Is you know, when we talk about the African woman, we talking about the whole sisterhood. You see what I'm saying? When we talking about the daughters of our brothers and sisters out here, we got to look at all our children as one. We can't be, because one affect the other. We all links in this chain. You see what I'm saying? And so, we talk about the sisters and this, that, and the third, but nigga, every young girl out there got a father. So the woman you don't want to see grow up in, the characteristics of certain women out here that who probably didn't have that father figure, didn't have that mother figure in their life, in the streets raised them. The woman you don't want to be with, don't raise, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Every father got, the opportunity to be in their daughter's life and to teach them right and be an effective man, masculine energy in their life to guide them right. So when you look at these sisters out here and all you can say, I don't want to, I can't fuck with this and that. And I can understand that, but understand the role you had to play in it, nigga. Because like I say, every young girl out here got a daddy. And that daddy should have done his motherfucking job. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that woman and you say anything wrong about, you turn around and look right at a weak ass fucking daddy who did not do his fucking job as a man. Okay? I have to say that. You know what I'm saying? I have to say that. And there's some brothers out here doing a hell of a job, and I want to take my hat off to them. It's a balanced approach out here. I know it's brothers out here doing a hell of a motherfucking job, and niggas salute. And if these brothers weren't out here, you understand, we'd be totally up under the water. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not the one to come out here and say that the black man is not doing anything. That's bullshit. The black man is doing, it's just not enough of it. And there's more of these hoe ass niggas out here at this time. You understand? And it's a lot of niggas that's neutral. You understand? Ain't doing a motherfucking thing. Need to get on the team and get some steam. You see what I'm saying? Get on the team and get some steam. Cause I like I say, Marcus Garvey always said black first. Nigga Cyrus Susan said he said black only. We ain't got no time for nobody else. We ain't got no energy for nobody else. You see what I'm saying? We watch as we see these Korean, these Chinese jumping on our sisters. And I understand the sisters want to look beautiful. That's all they want to do. You understand? There ain't nothing wrong with that. We always come from a culture that where we wanted to look handsome and beautiful as African kings and queens. We always will. And they know that's a part of our energy and spirit. And that's why they dominate that industry the way that they do. And so today when you see that they jump and and it just break, I be so motherfucking heated, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the kind that will come up on the internet and tell a motherfucker exactly what I would do. But, it got to come an end to that where motherfuckers can come in our own community, set up shop and treat us that way. We allow that. We don't have to allow that. So it should be a movement going on within the community to take full control of all economic businesses and aspirations of the African community. And you got to start right there in the community where you stay at. Okay, we got big dreams, but we got to start with the little dreams. You know what I'm saying? We got to start right there with that mom and pop corner store. We got to start right there with the sisters doing, going to get their nails and their hair done. You know what I'm saying? We got to take control of that and put them up out of here and let them know that we don't need you. You can't treat us right, bitch. Get up out of our community. And that's only right. And so when we see today, that's a major industry. As we go back into the 18th dynasty, we talking about the most powerful goddesses on the planet. You know what I'm saying? When the black woman was the highest standard, and not only that, the only standard of beauty in the whole world. You understand? They didn't know nothing about no makeup. They didn't know nothing about, the colors that we put on, masculine and feminine. I'm not saying for no, but in Africa, we know how the brothers put, all type of paint on their face too when they doing rituals and ceremonies. You know what I'm saying? But in a culture like this, where all the lines is blurred, then you have to stop certain shit until we get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? We can't do the same things in our culture, that we was doing in Africa because the lines is blurred over here. We need a straight, we got to go back to the basics and shit. You know what I'm saying? Until we get a proper understanding of who is who. You know what I'm saying? And so, starting with the 18th dynasty, because it's a whole lot of records, accessible records that we could look at. And the queens was just so profound, and it was just back to back to back, starting with the great Amos Nefertari. You know what I'm saying? The matriarch of the 18th dynasty, which is display who she is displayed, as coal black. You know what I'm saying? Showing that she was right up out of Nubia. You understand what I'm saying? And that she was a warrior queen. Her husband, Amos the first, was the liberator of Egypt from many of the invaders of that day and age. And so she was right there, in the liberation fight. We don't always hear that. That we think that she in the kitchen cooking and shit while the man. No, they was out there on their horse with they swords and they axes too. They shit. The whole nation was going to war because the whole nation had been violated. So we don't understand that these sisters weren't just in no goddamn kitchen cooking and shit, waiting on a motherfucker to come home. They was out there on them goddamn fields battling for the freedom of her nation and her people too, shedding much blood. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, recognize this when we teach history. We don't never hear that, the balance of that history. How many sisters died? Even our children went to war to, set Africa free. Our children paid a dear, dear price, and was also in the liberation fight where nobody could have, nobody had the opportunity to just sit on no goddamn couch and shit or go or sit at home like, because, everything was under siege. And so everybody in the family had to suit up and boot up and hit that field for freedom. You know what I'm saying? And so too many times we get a masculine overview of history, and so and just, after studying Egypt for so long, nobody who's really studied Egypt, if you study Egypt long enough, you can see that damn near 90% of the whole spiritual system is feminine, and it's an understanding in that. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing starts before the mother. Nothing starts before the mother. And I don't give a fuck with nobody. I don't care what you believe, nigga. You couldn't have a thought until you came through the womb of your mother. The thought didn't come from first. The religion did not come first. You didn't have not one thought, nigga, until you came through the womb of your mother. And so we understand that it takes a man and a woman to come together to conceive a child. You can see the child, but you don't give birth to the child. It's the woman that gives birth to the child. But every man is still the son of the great mother. That means every man on this planet got to bow his fucking head to a woman, his mama. Every man on the earth. And so that's an enigma that we understand, yet and still it takes a man and a woman, you understand what I'm saying, to create that child. But the enigma is that every man on this planet got to bow his fucking head to his mama, who is always going to be greater than him. So when we talk about the black woman as God, we talking about those higher ideals, okay? And when you hear Aset, you hear Heteru, Hathor, you hear of Sekhmet. You see, all of these is the great mother. The great mother. You understand what I'm saying? The sustainer and the nourisher, because that's how creation, created every, especially us as African people, that when you come out, what sustains you? It's your mama. That's nature. That's the laws of nature. No man could do that for you. Okay, you ain't got no goddamn Similac. Motherfucker can't run down to the goddamn corner store and get no goddamn Similac and get no, you understand, get no Pampers and none of that. When we talking about the origin, so that African woman had to conceive everything for that baby. You understand? Because the man is he's the hunter. You understand what I'm saying? He's out there, you know, getting the food to go on the goddamn table. So most of the time you see the woman was at home with the children, and the woman was the creator of agriculture. And so that was a profound, one of the greatest accomplishments of the African woman, because that took us out the field. You understand what I'm saying? When she started putting them seeds down in that ground and start to, invent, agriculture. You understand what I'm saying? Where you planting, you planting your food out, and you ain't got to go out there and hunt and shit or be hunted, whichever one. Once you secure your food source, then that gave us the avenue to, go into the other sciences. You see what I'm saying? So agriculture and cultivating our food, you understand what I'm saying, and organizing where we know we got crop coming. Then once you done manage that to the point where it's almost, it's without flaw. You understand what I'm saying? You know when to plant, you know when to harvest. You understand? You know the fertilizer that you put on there. You done mastered that. You done mastered agriculture. Now your food source is secure. And then we went off into the other sciences. It was the African woman that invented agriculture. We was the hunters. See, we got to quit talking this dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? You better go study Ashaka Musa Barashango when he talks about the African woman. And that's a very profound merit to the African woman in her invention of agriculture, while the brothers was out there hunting. You understand what I'm saying? The hunter and gatherer stage. You understand what I'm saying? And so she, invented that very necessary stage in our development and evolution. And I'm not talking about from no monkey, nigga. Neither, nigga. We're going to get on you monkey-fied niggas soon, too. You understand what I'm saying? That believe that niggas came from monkeys and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got some monkey-ass niggas out here, man. And we got to deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so even seeing the sisters in many tribes in Africa are the ones that create the shelter and shit, the living areas and shit. You know what I'm saying? For a nigga to get up out the goddamn rain and shit. All of this is profound. So many of these inventions, and great inventions, most necessary inventions for us to be where we at today, the African woman is solely fucking responsible for. And niggas don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why today these same niggas with all this science and shit is still over on grandma. And it's all right, nigga, if you done fell down, but give credit what credit is due. You know what I'm saying? That's what family is for. When the motherfucker fall down, then you have to depend on family. You know what I'm saying? But we all know that Big Mama is that anchor in the family. And a lot of motherfuckers don't want to say that, but she is. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why she's all, and when you go to the walls of Egypt, you see Big Mama all on the wall. That's the great mother. You know what I'm saying? You see that when she's, and they pray that she, continue to nourish the nation. You know what I'm saying? That's the nourishment. That's why when you see Heru, you see the cow, which is an animal spirit of the African woman. You understand what I'm saying? Because she's a nourisher. She's a sustainer. A man can't sustain nothing. So when I hear motherfuckers say, Jesus is my sustainer, Jesus is my provider, you understand? Then I hear motherfuckers say, Allah is the sustainer. I heard that Allah is the nourisher and all of this. And I'm trying to understand, how the fuck is he nourishing you? You understand what I'm saying? Because a nigga cannot eat no Quran. Niggas cannot eat no goddamn Bibles. A baby don't come out the womb and cry for no damn Bible or no goddamn Quran. A baby come out the womb and cry for his mama to give her that divine breast, to put that sacred milk down in your mouth, nigga, so you can live. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you need to live. You didn't have no thoughts. So, but long before any Muslim went to the top of any minaret and cried out for the Muslims to come to prayer, nigga, that baby, that African baby, over 1 million years came out of the womb of that African woman and cried for his God and her God to sustain and to provide that divine nourishment. And we still here today, which means that she has not failed us. You see what I'm saying? She has not failed us yet. So, you know, we have to, when we talk about Maya, we went over that the other day. When we dealing with order, it don't make you less of a man. It make you more of a man when you give that credit to the African woman and put her, you know, and not saying it in a way where you being, and I say, when you fight to get her back up on the pedestal where she belongs. You understand? You always, in many other instances, you see that African woman right there supporting that brother. You understand what I'm saying? When that king fell down, it was our set that interceded for that king and cried to the gods to help her husband. You understand what I'm saying? That's why she's the most excellent wife. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then you see her with her sister, Nefertiti. You know, one of her attributes is that not only is she the most excellent mother, because you see her always in nourishment and supportive of her son. You see her in support of her husband. And then you see her in support of her sisters and brothers. You know, Nefertiti. So she's the most excellent of sisters. So when you looking at that African woman, when you say MVP, you know, motherfucker play all positions. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple motherfuckers they say could play all positions. You know what I'm saying? You know, they Michael Jordan, they say could play damn near all positions. You know, Magic Johnson could play all goddamn positions. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, when you got people like that, where the black woman is the MVP because she could play all damn positions. You see what I'm saying? You know, we're the sun, we're the hammer. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, you know, taking care of the whole family, then it's that African woman, nigga, that's the MVP. That's true. That's true. Nigga, ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Motherfucker, you out in the streets right motherfucking now, nigga. You don't want to be. She can't be out. If she's, you know, a divine queen, she can't be out there. You know what I'm saying? She got to come home. She got to come in there and deal with them babies. She can't do what you do, nigga. She got to be more upstanding than you. You don't want to do no shit like that. Just be motherfucking real. What man want to be at the crib? You don't want to. I mean, you be there to the extent that you do your duty. We want to run, nigga. We want to go play ball. We want to be out in the street, nigga. We want to ride in the car, nigga, play the music, talk to our homies, and do all of that shit. That's what we want to do. A man do not want to stay in the house like the woman. You understand what I'm saying? So she there with the babies. We understand that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And many of them have to get up and go work at the same damn time, go to school, try to, you know, push herself further and further, nigga. And then because we don't want to evolve, when we see her making these goddamn moves, then that make us feel less of a goddamn man. You weak. You weak at self. When you see yourself, you got to be doing some shit so you can feel good about yourself. If you ain't doing, that's going to even make the shit even worse. So she cooking, she cleaning, she watching out for these goddamn children, and that make her the MVP. That don't make us lesser no man. That ain't no hit on your manhood. It ain't. Goddamn, nigga, shut the fuck up. That ain't no hit on your manhood to get that proper like that. We seen mama do it. You know, I love old dude. Nigga, you the man. You nigga love you to you, you know, and that's my father. Love him to death. But the fact is, I seen it, nigga, with my own eyes, nigga. Mama did it, nigga. She did it. She was the MVP. You know what I'm saying? He was going through things as a man. I understood it. Don't take nothing from my dad. Love him, nigga, salute him. We go to war with him right now, under any situation. But I had to be real about it. Nigga, you know, mom's is there. Nigga, she gonna do whatever to feed the baby. You know what I'm saying? Go to school, you know, working old double time. You know what I'm saying? Making sure, nigga, that you go to school, kick your motherfucking ass, nigga, if you wasn't doing right. You know what I'm saying? Put, was the hammer too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Was the hammer too. And to the point where dad had to salute, like, goddamn, dog, you got a beautiful mama. Yeah, nigga, I do. And so many of us got that African woman like that. She the MVP. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And when you got an MVP, sometimes the MVP ain't the nigga that scored the most. You know what I'm saying? They do more of everything to make the balance right. So because you the hammer, you think, nigga, you got to be the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Take every shot. That's why the team be losing a lot of time. Because you niggas want to ball hog and shit and take every motherfucker. You don't want to pass. And that's what I mean. That when you see her on the walls, and we're going to get to some of the visuals and deal with this, but we can't just get no bland ass history and shit, and that shit don't mean nothing to the average family. You know what I'm saying? Where they could take this information. These brothers knew this in the ancient world. You understand what I'm saying? We talking about Egypt lasted, and the Nile Valley lasted as a culture over 20,000 years. Okay, over. You know what I'm saying? We know for a fact it lasted over 20. So we don't want to hear nothing about these other little niggas talking this patriarchal shit. When we talking about the greatest civilization on this planet that ever existed, it was the Nile Valley, lasted longer than any other civilization, and the black woman was God. And you see that man up there cracking motherfucking heads like a real man. So that didn't take nothing away from his masculinity. That's a motherfucking lie. Y'all niggas just creating shit just so you could be an Arab nigga and a white man nigga. That's all it is. And if that's what you want to be, nigga, say what it is. But don't act like because we revere the African woman that we being less of a man. Nigga, when the greatest civilizations on this planet for the black race was up and running, nigga, the black woman was God. And as men, we were more advanced in our manhood than any other time in history. You understand what I'm saying? As soon as we become oppressed and adopt, nigga, we been in the hole ever motherfucking since. And we don't understand that until we get her right, we ain't gonna be right. The family ain't gonna be right. Sometimes you got to yield. And when we talk about ego and shit, you have to yield on that ego, nigga. You have to yield and get her right, nigga, and put your life on the line for the family first. And then once the ball get rolling, you see what I'm saying? And she able to do the things that we know she could do, then, nigga, you gonna see spectacular motherfucking advancement in the family. So you look at the woman first, and when a motherfucker step to her and step to them babies, and they see niggas bunch up in motherfucking, in groups of warriors to protect that, they gonna stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stop that, and we gotta stop it. We got to stop it, family. We got to stop it. You know what I'm saying? No man, another man supposed to walk up in your goddamn community and do your woman, your daughter, your mother, your sister the way that they doing our mothers and our sisters and our woman on this motherfucking TV. I don't care if you do not like it, your bitch ass. I don't give a fuck. You gonna have to look yourself in the mirror and check yourself and check your so-called manhood, nigga. Right there in the mirror, nigga, and understand this. The formula is already laid out. And even Willie Lynch, and I'm about to get ready to go to these visuals so we can, you know what I'm saying, make it even more profound. I just don't want to some niggas just throw pictures up. Stealing my pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got motherfuckers stealing my videos, talking shit about me on one video, and then got some more of my shit uploaded. You know, how big a sucker you gonna be, nigga? Niggas they say Seti don't know Dr. Bean. They say Seti, I'll tell you what. Go see Arlene Seti when I debated Arlene. Dr. Bean was right there in the crowd watching me in one of my greatest performances of all time. Any of them motherfuckers say I don't know Dr. Ben, ask them, have Dr. Ben ever came to see them at any given time in their life for anything? You understand what I'm saying? I could go right back to, and I could go before that. I laugh and shit. And right there when I was in one of my greatest performances of all time, right there in the National Black Theater, right there in Harlem, when I debated Arlene, Dr. Ben was right out there in the audience watching me put a royal ass whooping on this nigga. You see what I'm saying? And that was the brother, the Grand Master, that taught me that the black woman was God and that heaven was between a black woman's legs. And see, we didn't know nothing about Newt. So y'all motherfucking old petty foul ass niggas, see, when we say that, y'all get so pornographic to you, and that let you know you ain't got no goddamn spirituality. You know what I'm saying? You look at the woman as, just, a sexual object. You understand what I'm saying? You couldn't understand the divinity of that. So we had to come and, and bring you the goddesses, the Newt, and show you the son being born through the womb of the Holy Mother Newt. You understand what I'm saying? And show you, and I showed you the other day where we was buried in the fetal position, going back up into the holy black woman, the cosmic black woman, to be reborn into the afterlife. The same way you got here is the same way you're gonna get to the next step in your existence, if you're worthy to go. You understand what I'm saying? And so today we're going to deal with the 18th dynasty. You understand what I'm saying? My beautiful queen, Camille, she about to give birth to, my baby girl. You understand what I'm saying? A blessing. The black woman is God. I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? About to, resurrect again. You know what I'm saying? About to be my third baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 sons. I'm about to have the third baby girl. That's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how that make me feel? You know what I'm saying? To be able to have, and damn, Pharaoh about to have his, I don't know how many you got, Pharaoh. Don't let me count for you, nigga. I ask you. I think that's 2. He's about to have his second baby. I think Heru was the first. And he about to in March too. So, the energy most definitely is out there that we is manifesting this in resurrection, this divine resurrection, to bring forth these seeds, nigga, that's gonna take us where we need to be, because a lot of these niggas have failed in their endeavors, and not providing no positive energy in this community, man, at all. It's becoming a shame out here. It's becoming a shame out here. You know what I'm saying? That every nigga come up, they got something negative to say. You know what I'm saying? And even in the negativity, I try to find some positive, but I can't find no positivity. You know what I'm saying? I like to come up and see some brothers really rocking the house, and inspire me. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Pharaoh, I don't see no goddamn inspiration. And that's a shame. That's a shame. You niggas come up in here like WW motherfucking F. You niggas up here like Jerry Springer or some motherfucking conscious Jerry Springer. The lowest shit you could think of, throwing shots at each other, on the lowest motherfucking level. That's sad. That's sad. This is, and this supposed to be, this is, and I'm gonna end, and I'm gonna go right to these slides and get right to these slides and show, the beautiful, great, and the beautifulness and the greatness of this African woman that's so profound. You understand what I'm saying? That, most people just want to just throw the dirt back on it because it's really going to shame them in the reality of what they teaching today. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna say, oh man, this nigga teaching this black woman. No, nigga, you ain't hearing it like this. You're not hearing it right, nigga. And that's why, but when you hear it right, you got to go respect it. Now let me go on and pull some pull this greatness up. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna start with that Queen almost Nefertiti. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start with the Queen Mother almost Nefertiti. You know what I'm saying? She was the wife of Almost the First, okay, who was the liberator of ancient Egypt during the time when it had been conquered. You know what I'm saying? By some invaders. Okay, let me get it up here. Okay, we good. We good. We good. All right, we good. Okay. Let me work out. Let me work out. Let me work out. Let me get some water, family. Y'all looking at it, where else can you go and, and see the greatness of the African woman, any woman. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm speaking about the African woman. That's all I'm going to speak about. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the credit to our manhood. When we look at that, now we talking about our manhood, because that shows us how much we love our woman. I'm going to get some water now. And I'm speaking to our greatness, brother. I'm speaking to your greatness. When you look at that temple right there, that's of your greatness. It's of both our greatness, because we toil to put that great temple there with the greatness of the African woman all over the temple. You see what I'm saying? The greatness of our African woman all over the temple. You see what I'm saying? And so this speaks to our greatness. Now, even though this is the temple to Isis, Aset, I got Heru, and Heru is a personification of the great mother. You got to understand that the cow is the personification of the great mother, because she's the sustainer. And so when you're talking about the cosmos, you're talking about the African woman. When you're talking about cosmic melanin, you're talking about the African woman. Because it's in the womb, nigga. It's in the womb of the universe. What you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about the Milky Way, this is what you're talking about. The African woman is the cosmos. She is the Milky Way. And so you born through the black hole. You understand? Of the cosmic mother. You understand? Everything in creation is born through the womb of the cosmic black mother. And so on this planet, the reflection, the anthropomorphic reflection of the cosmic black mother is the African black mother. That's the physical manifestation of the cosmic mother on the planet. You see what I'm saying? So just like the sun is born through the womb of Newt, through the black hole, we born through the womb of our African mothers, who is the personification of our set on the planet, the throne. Okay, we talking about the throne. Let me get that water. And you see right here, the funerary temple. I ain't even when they got the water, because it's so damn profound. I don't even feel like getting up, but I'm gonna get up. And you can see right here that this right here is, when they go into architectural school, and under Hatshepsut, the African woman had positions in government, in the university system that they hadn't had in any other time. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to give credit where the credit is due, that this is the manifestation of an African empress. And I must state that Hatshepsut was an empress, that Amos Nefertari was an empress. See, they don't want to say that. They don't want to give the black woman no credit like that, because the first emperor that the European ever had was Alexander. He was the first emperor that came around 332 BC, where Hatshepsut is around 1600 BC. That's damn near over a millennium before he even came on the scene. So the white man hadn't even reached the level of an emperor. They didn't have no European empire at that time. But the Africans had already reached the level of empire. Okay? But they did not want to say or get an African woman no title like that, because that's embarrassing to their ego. You see what I'm saying? And the manifestation of her greatness of Hatshepsut. Now, Hatshepsut, Amos Nefertari, and we're going to get to her. And I'm warming you up for her, because Amos Nefertari is the single most talked about in personage in all of Egyptian writing. And you understand what I'm saying? And, and her manifestation is recorded more times than any single individual, and that must be spoken. Okay, and so Hatshepsut with Amos Nefertari would have been the great grandmother of Hatshepsut, and we're gonna get to that real soon. And so again, you see, when you're looking at these temples, you see this temple of Isis, and you see this temple funerary temple of Hatshepsut. And like I said, that even today, all throughout architecture school, they bring you to this manifestation of this temple right here because it looked like they did it just yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? And they created this temple around 1500, 1600 BC. You understand what I'm saying? That's before the cracker. You understand? BC before the cracker, AC after the cracker. You see what I'm saying? And so, to steal in architectural engineering school where you have to bow down to this African woman, you understand what I'm saying? It belittles them because they've never produced a European queen ever on the level of even the least talked about African queen. The least talked about. So, if I asked you to speak of a great European queen, you couldn't even do it. You couldn't even do it. You couldn't even do it. You have to come, where some people might say Queen Elizabeth. You understand? In these days and time where you got a queen that's taught, but that's about the only one you could talk about. You understand what I'm saying? You couldn't talk about none before her ass. You understand? One damn queen, Queen Elizabeth, and that's damn near 5,000 years after all of these great queens then ruled the whole planet. Here you got one European, and she not ruling in righteousness. She's a brutal dictator ass woman. You see what I'm saying? Let me move forward. And so again, you see, nowhere in the world do you see women worshipped on this level or any level for that matter, because you understanding that the Greeks and Romans were profoundly homosexual. Even the damn women was Amazons living on the island of Lesbos. So wasn't no man would ever have created no damn temple, you understand, manifesting his love for this African woman. You understand what I'm saying? Or his woman. You understand what I'm saying? So we manifested the love, and you see us giving homage, you know what I'm saying, and venerating the woman all over the temple. So it ain't no secret that we had the most divine love for our African woman. So we dealing with our most Nefertiti, and so you can see right there from the jump off, she's the matriarch of the 18th dynasty, and we're gonna deal with a lot of the great kings and queens that came up out of that dynasty. A lot of people say that this was the greatest dynasty of all dynasties. And that's, and arguably they could be right, even though I know of some more dynasties and that just show you how many great rulers that we had down through the ages. You understand what I'm saying? That fourth dynasty was kind of hard to beat. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's where the great, you had the great pyramids, Sneferu, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure. But it's in this dynasty where these goddesses were so profoundly, worshipped and paid homage to. And you can see that she's cold black. Now, if you look down at the bottom, that's Nefertari II. Okay, and see the melanin been taken out of her skin. And I'm gonna show you how they down in it. And if she took on the name of Nefertari, then she knew that she was coming behind that great matriarch, that great African Nubian matriarch. You see what I'm saying? And it was under Amos Nefertari that you see the high veneration of the goddess Mu, which you see right there in her headdress as the vulture. Okay, you see that headdress that profoundly comes up under the 18th dynasty, starting with that black African goddess, almost Nefertari, Empress. Okay, I must say that again and continue to say that. Give her goddamn credit and the rest of our goddesses. And she was a goddess while she was alive. All of these sisters was goddesses while they was alive. So when we say goddess, we mean exactly that when she stepped on the scene, motherfuckers put their head on the ground. Bitch, put your head on the ground, nigga. Straight up. So this is what it was. We're not saying this, she was a god, because people use it loosely. No, she was a goddess while she walked on this planet. And you had to put your goddamn head on the ground as if you was worshiping goddamn Allah, Buddha, or any motherfucking body. And if you did not do that, you wouldn't have no motherfucking head on your shoulder. Okay, let's be real. And so this sister became, you know, she was the most magnificent example of our set. You know what I'm saying? You see our set also wearing the, you know, a lot of times will have on the headdress of moot. A lot of these goddesses were interchangeable. So this is where you get the Black Madonna. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got sisters like this that was willing to take up that damn sword and go to war for her nation. You understand what I'm saying? That's the Holy Mother. That's that, you know, that nourisher and sustainer and provider, you know, to the point where she gonna go to war for her nation, and that's what she did. Okay, she went out to battle too. Now, whether she fought soldier to soldier, she was on the battlefield with her warriors. Okay, she took that battlefield, and many other Hatshepsut. I seen it for myself when I was at the temple of Karnak. I seen her, and I don't know if it was the 5th pylon. You seen Hatshepsut with taking them war mace, and you know, in the smiting of the enemy. So she also went to war. So we see many of these dark Nubians right there in the Nile Valley, many almost Nefertaris right there in the Nile Valley today. You understand what I'm saying? Many people gonna lie and say, oh, you know, they it was symbolism. No, it wasn't no damn symbol. They're alive for any god. We're gonna show the rest of the family. Okay, goddamn, I guess everything is a symbolism then. You see? And you see that, you know, that she was the most excellent in the highest standard of beauty on the planet. This is when you start seeing the sisters rocking everything, the jewelry, all the type of fancy hairdos, all the silks and all the best fabrics on the planet. You see most of the jewelry that you see these peoples is putting out today. Fuck Gucci. What's wrong with you, Black woman? Wake on up. Wake on up. These motherfuckers still in your program, going down in your tunes and copying the damn jewelry and copying all the fashion. I'm going to show this today. You see what I'm saying? So you see right here, almost Nefertari, matriarch of the 18th dynasty, took African fashion to heights never seen before. The most powerful woman in the ancient world. The most powerful woman in the ancient world. And so wherever you see that she's painted black. Okay, ain't no damn that's what she was. And you know, the brother was brownish red. And that, you know, and many, you know, we got brown and black, and we got all form, every one of them colors. You can see a dark sister with a brown brother right now. Ain't no different in the ancient world than what it is right now. Okay? There ain't no damn white man on there, no white woman on there, and that's for damn sure. Because what in the hell would a white woman or a white man symbolize themselves black for any damn way? You understand what I'm saying? Unless they was in a self-hate mechanism. Because that would be no different than a nigga taking the melanin out of his skin. So if you seeing a white woman paint herself black, then she got a problem with her whiteness. Okay? It would be something wrong with that. And so, you know, everywhere you see this sister, you see that they painted her coal black. Now you looking at some of the great kings, and you know, and I got some visuals for you. The first king, see, this was what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting it together. They should have the queen there too. You understand what I'm saying? But you see, Ahmose the first, who ruled around 1576 to 1555 BC, before the cracker. And so that's the husband of Ahmose Nefertari right there. And then you got Amenhotep the first, that's their son. And then you got Tutmosis the first, that's his son. Okay, on down, you get to Hatshepsut. So you see that, you know, Hatshepsut's father is Tutmosis the first. Okay, Tutmosis the first, which is the third ruling pharaoh of that dynasty. So that would make Ahmose Nefertari right there. That was Hatshepsut's great grandmother. Okay, well, I think it's three. It's to the second power. if I'm not mistaken. You see what I'm saying? Because her father, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, to the third power, great grandmother to the third power. Okay, that would have been Hatshepsut's great grandmother. Okay, showing that she come up out of that dark lineage, and she was dark herself. I'm not saying that, but we just showing you how the dynasty starting off, and it stay African, pure African all the way through, all the way down to Akhenaten, the King Tut. We're going to deal with Nefertari too, even though she wasn't Nefertiti, even though she wasn't of the royal bloodline of the Nile, she still was an African, and we're going to show that, okay? So we're going to get on Akhenaten, and so on here, Akhenaten was Amenhotep. He would have been Amenhotep the fourth. He changed his name, okay? And so let me move forward. Let me come down. Let me deal with Goddess Mu. And you see right here, Goddess Mu, and you see, we just seen the vulture deity that was manifested under the rule of Amos and Amos Nefertari. This is when Amen Ra, Amen and Goddess Mu became the supreme feminine and masculine deity, creative force in the Nile Valley. Okay, and you see. Now, if you, that Mu had a grand temple right down from Amen in the city of Karnak. You see what I'm saying? And it was bigger than damn near most, temples of today. And you could put 3, 4, 5 temples inside of her temple, because you can see her manifestation of her temple in the middle. Then you got Ramesses III down there, and you got Amenhotep III. Okay, that's profound. That's profound that you got even Amenhotep III, who was the husband of Queen T. You see Kamutep outside of her. So this was a very profound, and look at the lake in there. That was larger than the lake at Karnak. So we showing you this is the goddess temple right here. This is the guy. So nowhere in the ancient world can you go. I don't give a goddamn if it's Greece, Rome. I don't give a goddamn if it's India. I don't care which one of them civilizations you bring up. Not one of them has so many profound temples and, structure, megalithic structures dedicated to that African woman as you see in the Nile Valley. Okay, this is a real time look at it. Much of it didn't been knocked down. They didn't knock it down. They didn't knock it down and use the bricks to build other goddamn mosque in Egypt. That just show you how weak these motherfuckers is. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't like a lot of the monuments in Egypt just fell down. Them goddamn low-ass Arabs, and I'm going to say it just like that, went over there and knocked many of them temples down and used the granite and the stone to build other structures in the Nile Valley in reflection of Islam. Okay? In reflection of Islam. So you looking at the whole, this is the Karnak University system. It ain't even showing you Luxor. So if you look at the top, that is the temple of Karnak dedicated to Amen. Okay, and that one temple alone, it was the greatest temple ever built on the planet Earth. Okay, when you go into the column, the hypostyle hall in that temple, it is still today the largest religious room on the planet Earth. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see it would have been an avenue of sphinxes leading down to the temple of Mu. And then catty corner, it would have been another avenue of sphinxes leading down to the temple of Luxor. Ain't nothing, and just to imagine what that looked like when it was in the most beautiful form, radiant, polished colors, all the gold, all the precious jewels, all the painting, and it would be shocking to the mind. Even in the state that is in today, it is still profound. but to imagine how these temples and how these cities look when Egypt was up, polished. This is heaven on earth. You can only draw that shit. This would have been the actual, nothing else. When you talk about Atlantis and all that garbage, you know, you have to draw shit. You ain't got to draw. You can imagine based on realistical thought of what it looked like when it was standing. And there's nothing on this planet that was ever manifested like the Nile Valley. Okay, and much of it, if not 75% of it, was in manifestation of the African woman. Okay, let me come on down. Let's get on down here to Amenhotep III. Okay, this is Amenhotep III. Now this right here. Let me get my charts. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get my chart. Now Amos Nefertari would have been Amenhotep III's great grandmother to the fourth power. To the fourth power. Okay? That would have been his great grandmother to the fourth power. Okay? And you can already see his wife. You can look at him. Okay? When you're looking at Amos Nefertari, you're looking at his great grandmother to the fourth power. And then look at his wife. Okay? Empress T. Okay? Empress T. And you ain't no dealer, you know, and you can look at him and this is, man, to see how profound we was as a family. Oh, and he loved this woman. You understand what I'm saying? He built, he constructed this, you know, she was away, you know, they had their palace away from the Nile, and she talked about how she longed for the Nile. So this brother constructed a lake by the palace with a canal leading from the Nile to the lake so she could be near the Nile. You see what I'm saying? This is how much he loved this woman. And when you're looking at Queen T, many of the statues for the first time in many times show her on the same level as her husband. Okay? And even when he got sick, she took over control of the state, the stately duties. So she, you know, and reflect became one of the first secretaries of states. I know there was many sisters, but we're talking about one that stands out so profoundly in history. So she became, you know, not only the empress, but she was also the secretary of this. What we talking about, the MVP. We talking about the MVP because we know she looked after his health. You understand, his children. Had to look after his children because Akhenaten was fooling. You understand what I'm saying? He was fooling. So she had to look, she even looked after King Tut. So she had her hand in three pharaohs. Okay, this is her husband, the profound. Now Amenhotep III is the Grand Master. He's responsible for a lot of the early construction on the temple of Luxor. He's also very profound on much of, you know, a large part of Karnak. You understand what I'm saying? This is, man, outside of Ramesses II, Amenhotep built more megalithic structures than any one king in Egyptian history. You understand what I'm saying? So even the Freemasons try to latch on to Amenhotep III because they know he was a master builder. So when we talk about, but we got to also speak about Empress T because that was her husband. You see what I'm saying? You don't get no, if you married, you don't get all the credit. Nigga, your wife get half the credit or anything to go down within that marriage. So under they rule, you know, Egypt took great leaps, you understand, in advancement, okay? And so you see them right there. You see them right there in the Cairo Museum. You see her right there, you know, and she wasn't of royal lineage. You know what I'm saying? So this sister was, you know, she was fine as hell then. You know, he said, I got to have this woman. You know, she was a commoner. You know, she still, and again, she rose to, you know, to the highest, you know, pedestal in all Egyptian civilization and she was a goddess. I must state that they had temples to this queen, okay, and still got the temple still exists today. So she was worshipped as a goddess. So when we say goddess, we're not talking loosely like, niggas say, oh, goddess. No, this was a goddess. She was worshipped. They said prayers in her name. They venerated her name even while she was living, even in her death, okay? And one thing you see about that queen on her crown, and I noticed that the other day, because the Nubians got two cobras on their crown. You see, she got two cobras on her crown. You know what I'm saying? T was a Nubian. She was a Nubian. And you see right there, and you see her hand right there in total support of her husband. And you see their daughter right down there in between. You understand? I don't know which daughter that is. You see their children is down there by their their lower legs. You see what I'm saying? That's their children. You know what I'm saying? Daughters and whatnot. And you see she's in full support of her, and you see the smile on his face. That brother smiled. That brother happy. You understand what I'm saying? That brother happy. He got all he needs. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I ain't never seen it in no Christianity, no Islam, no Indian, no Greek, no Roman, where you had a family structure that was happy. You understand? In divinity and in government, in nationhood. You understand what I'm saying? In ruling the nation. And you can see the love and the devotion, and you can see that prosperity is all over the land. Okay, these niggas can't show you nothing to the sword. Okay, there ain't nothing, and she ain't all out there. Her body ain't all out there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and so you can't say nothing about that. You see, and so again, you looking at that Uranus, you seeing them cobras up there, and you see that double cobra on her head showing you she's of Nubian lineage. Okay, and I'm gonna come down here. I showed this on my last one where you see, I always look at pictures and I try to relate them to a modern expression. To the right is a statue of the goddess, Empress, Queen T, and you can see some evil individual knocked it down, knocked her head off. What a dumbass motherfucker that was. Man, you can see, how, you can see that the statue was totally exquisite, and you can see the perfection. And, I don't know if that's marble or whatever it is, but they cut that like they using modern technology. You see what I'm saying? So every time, as I move through the internet and I see my people, and, sometimes something just sparked me. I didn't know what it was an image of. But when I seen the sister to the left, I say, and I seen this over 10 years ago, I say, damn, where am I getting, something is calling me. Like that belonged to, that's a reflection of another image that I saw. And it took me a minute, and then I came to this statue of Queen T, and I looked at the lip, and I'm always superimposed. I said, let me see what happened. And I didn't do much. I swear to God, I put it on the top, and I'd be goddamn if it didn't fit right over the sister lip. It fitted right over the sister lip, no problem. If you can see the ends of the sister lip, it went right on top. You can't always do that. Don't think that you cannot always do that. It went right. It looked like it's the exact lip. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looked like it's the exact lip. So that let me know that sister got, is a manifestation of the African goddess, Queen T, Empress T, and many more of our sisters out there. Okay, that don't mean, but this particular one just, for this particular image right here, it hit me so hard. And then you look at her son, Akhenaten. Okay, you look at her son, Akhenaten. Now, just because you got big lips and this, that, and you got to look at the culture of a people too. You got to look at the culture of a people too. And so they say that Akhenaten was, King Tut's son, and it might have been his brother. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We can't verify that. You understand what I'm saying? But if it is, Queen T would have been Akhenaten's grandmother. Okay, that would have been Akhenaten's grandmother, and almost Nefertari would have been King Tut's great grandmother to the sixth pop. Okay, now let me come down here. Let me come down here. And what's so profound about that dynasty, and I need to bring that up, was these heads, that we see right here. You know, the Man's B2 tribe in the Congo. And you see his daughter, Akasanami. You know what I'm saying? And you go up and they done tried all talking about their head. Nigga, that's the same. You can look at Tut. Now, this is King Tut, okay? And you see that bump up there, down by his forehead. And you look at that bump in her head. And you can even see the double neck. You can see it all. That's the same African tradition. Don't let them lie to you. You see what I'm saying? That's the same African tradition right there. So when they was trying to bring out this false manifestation of Nefertiti, okay? And what's crazy about it, that Nefertiti ain't even the mother of King Tut. Okay, I'm gonna deal with that. Now let me deal and show you the manifestation of Hatshepsut, the greatest woman ruler in the history of humanity, and her deity was a black woman. Her deity was a black woman. You look up in her funerary temple, you see the stars of Nut, and you see that she took the role of Lion of Kemet. She had to go out there and crack some goddamn heads too, because at that time, her little brother wasn't able to take the throne, and Egypt was in desperate need of strong rulers at that time. And so she had been trained by her father, Tutmosis I, who was one of the great kings of the 18th dynasty, taught his daughter well, and she was ready to take the throne. And she led Egypt into a great age, a great golden age. Okay, and nobody talks about that. You see what I'm saying? And so at the time of the great Hatshepsut, the Holy Land was Africa from Egypt to the beginnings of the Nile. Okay, she was, Africa was the Holy Land under this great goddess. Now let me come down here, because a lot of people, they want to show you, and I'm gonna get on this white manifestation of Nefertiti. You understand? You see Akhenaten to the left, and you see Nefertiti to the right. You see, they don't show y'all this image of Nefertiti. You see, they want to show you this one. You understand what I'm saying? Which more likely, and I don't even want to show that one. You know what I'm saying? I want to show the one that they claim is in Berlin. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get on it. It ain't gonna make no damn difference, because I'm gonna get on their ass. You understand what I'm saying? But it's this manifestation right here that they tried to put on and even whiten it up even more. Okay, even whiten it up even more. You understand? And I'm gonna get on that, because we're gonna destroy that myth tonight, because we done already started with Amos. We done already went to Hatshepsut. You understand what I'm saying? We done already looked at, and her father, which is Tutmosis the first. Okay, Tutmosis the first, and being Tutmosis the first, you see right there, almost Nefertari would have been his grandmother. Okay, and that's the father of Hatshepsut. Okay, nigga. So just to set the damn record straight, almost Nefertari was Hatshepsut's father's grandmother. Okay, was Hatshepsut's father grandmother. So she they show much homage, because they continue to wear that crown of Mut. You understand what I'm saying? That almost brought forth in that dynasty. Okay, let me come on now. Come on, computer. Let's go. I got so much goddamn knowledge on here that is breaking. You understand what I'm saying? And let me give you a closer look at you understand? So here again, and so we have always been taught that Nefertiti and Akhenaten, they only worship Aten. And you clearly see she got the crown of Amen on her head. And you see the horns of Khnum on her head also. So you know that wasn't so. She did what they didn't just worship no Aten. So everything that they've been teaching is a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn, you can see right there on her head, the crown of Amen. And I'm gonna show you that head. I got to show you that head dress. Where that head dress? Let me come down to it. You got to see this. And then I'm gonna cut right here. Right here. Look at this, family. Rock with me. Rock with me. Let me get some water. You see what I'm saying? Let me get some water, family. And y'all take a look at that right there. Rock with me. We talking about the African goddesses and the empresses today. Let me get some water. Talking about these African queens, the African empresses, the African goddesses today. That's right. Let me get some water and shit. Get back on the battlefield. I don't want to be off the battlefield no seconds. I want to be right back on the battlefield. And then we getting right, me and Pharaoh coming on later. This is a double hitter tonight. You see what I'm saying? We seeing the manifestation of the African goddess. That's the crown of Amen. You see what I'm saying? Right there. You see what this sister is. So why they don't never show you this Nefertiti? So even if she was, which she was not the mother of King Tut, okay? And they try in that old fake ass Discovery or whoever the fuck they were. I'm gonna get a expedition, whatever that shit was. You understand what I'm saying? They tried to show this European Caucasoid as, you know, the mother of King Tut. And I'm gonna refute the shit out of that in just a second. But let me show you Akhenaten's daughter. You understand what I'm saying? So even if she was married, how in the fuck do you expect this white woman? Now this the one. How the hell is this white woman right here giving children that look like this? How? I mean, we got to talk. That one that they got in Berlin, that's a fucking fake. That ain't the real one. They don't show you the other one. Now, matter of fact, where, let me go on and do this right. Let me go on and do this right. I don't give a fuck. Let me show people. I get busy right on the scene. So when you take that, I'll just take that out. You see what I'm saying? I'll just take that out and come right back to the Nefertiti, the African, the true Nefertiti that's on the walls, not that fake shit that they showing y'all. I'll just bring this up right here. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this up so we can see. You know what I'm saying? Let your lying eyes deceive you. Okay? Let your lying eyes deceive you. So when you bring it up and you put it there, you see that looks like the woman that could produce children like that. You see what I'm saying? That's the woman that could produce children like that, not that woman right there. How is this European woman producing children that look like this? Okay? Now, I'm going to go straight off into the garbage because, you know, I ain't got all the time in the world. You know what I'm saying? I want to hit major points and show that this great dynasty was profoundly influenced by this African goddess. Let me go on down here. And I'm going to get to Nefertiti, the wife of Ramesses II also. So, yeah, it was the travel channel. They probably ain't traveled nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Because they were lying from the goddamn jump. Okay? Let me plug my computer up, family. Hold on. We had to talk about this, family, because this is how they spelling. And I'm gonna show y'all that, we talking science and nobody want to come up and step up and use correct science to defeat these motherfuckers. So they put this shit out last year, 2018. I don't know what month it was. You understand? It might have been early in the year. You understand what I'm saying? The Travel Channel to Air Expedition Unknown. Expedition Unknown. 2-part series revealing the face of Queen Nefertiti. Okay? And so it actually, when you look, it actually looks like his mother. No joke intended. So when you look at this motherfucker who's been, who's the host of this mother, it looked like his mom. You know what I'm saying? And I put in there, I would love to see her hair. You understand what I'm saying? Because I done showed you all the wigs and, all the, the hair of the African people. You can see that they had African hair. And so I would love for them to take the crown off so they could see, what her hair looked like. And so when I'm studying this, I'm looking at the thin lips. I'm looking at the weak cheekbone. No melanin, even though you have been living in one of the hottest countries on earth all your life. You see what I'm saying? I have to ask those very serious, why would they try to put that white woman as Nefertiti? And Nefertiti lived damn near 97% of her life in Egypt. How could you live that long in Egypt and be that pale? Okay? Now, you looking at the right, you looking at the woman, her name is Elizabeth Dane. Let me check my phone to see if I'm still on. Let me see if I'm still on. Because they might try to throw my ass off of here because I ain't doing nothing but teaching science today. Hold on, fam. Hold on. I jump right in. I'm on there. I see. Okay. So you look, okay, I see I'm in the house. Okay. So you looking at the woman who reconstructed the face of Nefertiti, and she was actually the same one that created that fake King Tut. She came right behind that horrendous malignment, where she totally disrespected the king and created a white damn. And you got to understand, these people been living in Egypt all their life, and they done stole all the melanin out there. But I'm gonna show you the basis of the techniques in which she's using. See, nobody ever came out. A lot of people say, they know that nobody could live in Egypt or that color. But the thing is, she's using a particular science where they recreate, fossils and whatever to give an appearance of what they may look like. But it's rules to the game. And nobody ever came out from a scientific standpoint to give the rules of this science that she's manifesting. Even if somebody was murdered or whatever, this, that, and the third, they use this for I got to get the name of the science. It's gonna come up, okay? And so she created the fake King Tut, and you can see right there, even today, where they in there scribbling shit out, plastering shit up. You understand what I'm saying? This is down in Nefertiti. So right now today, you understand what I'm saying? They down in there painting, and you know what I'm saying? Changing the colors, lightening them up. So you got to understand that there's a whitewash going on in Egypt right now. And so again, so now you looking at to the right, you looking at the King Tut that she created many years ago. I think she created the King Tut back in around 2007, somewhere around there, 2008. So she was the same one that created. And so she said, and she don't even know what she talking about, because Nefertiti was not King Tut's mama. You understand? That was a lie. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't even know what the fuck they was talking about. Let me calm down. Okay. It's called phorcenic facial reconstruction. Okay. Phorcenic facial reconstruction. Okay. Now listen. Now I'm about to drop science, y'all. It's gonna give you some of the rules to the game. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do what you want to do. Now listen, okay, for authentic facial reconstruction, the skull provides clues to a personal appearance. The brow ridge, the distance between the eye orbits, the shape of the nasal chamber, the shape and projection of the nasal bone, the chin's form, and the overall profile of the facial bones all determine facial features in life. In facial reconstruction, a sculptor such as Amy Danny, pictured at left, familiar with facial anatomy, works with forensic anthropologists to interpret skeletal features that reveal the subject's age, sex, and ancestry, and anatomical features like facial asymmetry, evidence of injuries like a broken nose or loss of teeth before death. Now let me keep moving. Listen to this. This is from the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. The finished product only approximates actual appearance because the cranium does not reflect soft tissue details, eye, hair, and skin color, facial hair, the shape of lips, or how much fat tissue covers the bone. Yet facial reconstruction can put a name on an unidentified body in a modern forensic case or in archaeological investigation, a face on history. Now let's go over that again. You see, you cannot determine what color eyes they have. You cannot determine what type of hair they had. You cannot determine what skin color they had. Okay? You cannot determine whether they have facial hair or not. You cannot determine the shape of the lips or how much fat tissue covers the bone. So you can't even determine whether they fat or goddamn skinny. So that right there, once you know the limitations to that, when they chose to put that pale skin on there, they didn't have no motherfucking documentation that that woman was that color. Because from my understanding, Akhenaten and Nefertiti's body have never been found. So my question is, what fucking skull? They didn't even have a skull. They didn't even have a skull, okay, to do, you understand? Let's be real about it. They didn't even have a skull for that woman. You see what I'm saying? To even do that. So, you know, they determined, you know, the eye color, they determined the skin color. You understand? They the one put them lips on that woman because you cannot determine the shape of the lip, okay? Or how much fat. They can't tell whether you're fat or skinny. So when they put that piece of shit together, they knew they was putting some white supremacist bullshit together. They know they didn't have no evidence based on the 18th dynasty that Anne woman, if you looking at Amos Nefertari, and you looking at Queen T, you looking at Amenhotep, you looking at Akhenaten, you looking at his children, how in the fuck is you gonna get a daughter to look, wait a minute, how in the hell, and I'm being real, I'm going in right now, how in the hell is you gonna get a daughter that looked like the sister to the right and that white woman down there, and even whiter than this? You understand what I'm saying? Even whiter than the one they got in Berlin. Let me come back down. You see what I'm saying? Let me go to another forensic. This is author Jennifer Case. Okay? Now she's a international award-winning author and criminologist. Okay? There are limitations to the facial reconstruction by the artist sculptor. The hair color, hairstyles, facial expression, shape of lips, and eye color, and how much fat on soft tissue areas are generalized guesses. See, I got to come with the science now. Niggas said it don't bring the science. See, most niggas say, oh yeah, can't no white woman. Then we know that, but let's deal with the rules of the science that they using so we can stop them for once and for all for even using that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was just thinking about it the other day because I was thinking about the evolution. Me and Pharaoh about to do the evolution. They doing the same thing with that. That's why most of them damn skulls that they recreating look like a dark-skinned monkey because they putting that shit together like that. You understand what I'm saying? They have they can't tell what the hair was. They can't tell you the shape of the lips. They can't tell you the eye color or nothing, but they always seem to make them look like a mix between a black man and a damn monkey because they using that fake ass shit. You got to stop them. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe in no white man science. I don't believe in no white man science at all because they lie, they cheat, and they do everything other than tell the goddamn truth. So so I'm showing you right here the rules and limitations to for authentic facial reconstruction. So now, even look at this. Look at this. Now, this is one of their daughters. And so the first thing is to try to remove the dark brown reddish hue. Now, if you look at her hair, that's African spirally, coily hair on her head. Now, I put them Greeks up there, and these are traditional Greek hairdo that they see on the statues and every goddamn thing. Not one time have you ever seen a Greek or Roman woman with this hairstyle at all. Okay, not at all. You understand what I'm saying? So they still in our culture putting these. Now look at this. This Marit Amen, who's supposed to be one of the daughters of Akhenaten, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know if she was one of the daughters, but I know she come up out of the 18th dynasty. And so this white woman right here, Jennifer Mann, put this motherfucking fake together. I mean, got a white woman with African damn weave in her head. You understand what I'm saying? I say, how damn dare you to come up with a fake ass lie like that? Kind of look like her nose and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so since she ain't got no skull, because you're supposed to be using a skull, you ain't even using the skull. You ain't even using a skull. You supposed to be trying to put whatever. And like I said, when you put the fatty tissue on the face, you can't tell whether she's fat or skinny. You cannot tell what color she is. So, most of the time they have to have a guideline, you know what I'm saying, before they start. So at least you can look up on the wall and you can look at other statues of this woman to get an indication of what she looked like. You can't just start on your own. Most of them people got a picture or something that they use when they start. So I would love to know what picture she used to create this fucking fake right here. Okay? Deliberate fakes created to steal the history of ancient Egypt, just as they stole tens of millions of artifacts and African people during the slave trade. Okay? Ask the Europeans where the original skull of Nefertiti is located, because it was never found. Let me go in there and correct that. It was never found. You see what I'm saying? So they put that skull up there to fool you. Anybody that go do the research know that they have never ever found the bodies of Nefertiti nor Akhenaten. Not one. So right there, they ain't even got a skull. So that's a fake fucking skull right there. Who they think they playing with? You understand? They actually think we novices. They actually think we don't know nothing about African history. They think they could put any fucking thing over on us that they want. Let me keep it moving. Looks more like her son. So that's the King Tut. And when you look at her nose and look at his nose, look at her lips and look at his motherfucking lips, we see where she get the image, because it don't look shit like the one behind him, okay? Because that King Tut had, wide lips just like his grandmama, just like his great-great-great-great-grandmama, just like his grandfather, Amenhotep III. So we got a standard by which we use. And I got some deep before I get up out of here today, baby. We gonna work. Oh, okay. So this is psychological manipulation to leave you defenseless against obvious racist so-called scholars bent on destroying all evidence of ancient African greatness. Okay. This is psychological manipulation right here. You understand what I'm saying? To leave you defenseless. You understand what I'm saying? Two unattainable African traits that can only be explained by African blood. What am I dealing with? We talking about the African hair. We talking about that melanin. You understand what I'm saying? When you got both of them traits, you understand that means you got them from an African ancestor. That's the only way you. So they taste the hair. That's why they never show you the hair. They never show you no hair. And they always gonna take the melanin out, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Because if you could obtain that level of melanin, why is y'all motherfuckers getting skin cancer in Israel and Australia and South Africa? You cannot obtain that level of melanin. So the melanin that you see on the Africa, they take that out and make it pale and why did you do that? You see what I'm saying? Let me get a view of this because I done moved some things around. And I want to be profound when I hit. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to miss shit. I want to be right on point when I hit this shit. But I done already proven right there, hands down, the rules and regulations. So we understand that you can't motherfucking change. You can't determine the skin color. You can't determine what lips look like. You can't determine what the color of the eyes look like. You cannot determine what the hair look like. So the only way you could do that is by looking at previous images of that individual or that individual's family. Okay? And so if you come, now this is the real Tutankhamun, not that fake when she up there putting up there. So you can see right there. Now one is his funerary mask, but the brother had 3 sarcophaguses. You understand what I'm saying? He had 3 sarcophaguses and a funerary mask, all in gold. This is the greatest find ever in human history, okay? And so you see that he was a dark brown brother, okay? He was a dark brown brother. Why? And I'm going to show you how great these artists is today, okay? The people that created this statue was looking directly at that brother, looking directly at that sister. They would never have took the melanin out that brother's skin. So again, you know, in order for you to, before you get started on the forensic reconstruction, you got to have a model. You understand what I'm saying? Even them people that's missing, you know, if they find a skull, they try to recreate, but they need a picture first. They can't just go off of any motherfucking thing because you don't know if they fat or skinny. You don't know what, you can't tell what color eye. So you got to have a guideline on what the person looked like before you get started. So we looking at the greatest artisans of the ancient world. Why would they have put that level of melanin in his skin for these people to come 5,000 years later and remove the melanin out of his skin? Okay, see, now that's right there is criminal. That's criminal for them to do that. Okay, even when you're looking at, people always use materials as close to their real characteristic as possible. That's why the Greeks use marble most of the time, because they was white. Okay, they're gonna use, and so you can see right here that it ain't no doubt about that. That's a brother. There's no doubt about it. You understand what I'm saying? There is no doubt about that. That's a brother, because we already looking, and then we ain't just, you know, rolling the dice. We done saw his great grandmother. We done saw his grandmother T. We done seen his grandfather Amenhotep III. We done seen possibly his father Akhenaten, who had very profound African features. Okay, and so now that's the sister that he married. That's the sister that he married, and that's Akhenaten. And so you see right there, that's an African family right there. You see what I'm saying? That's an African family right there. Let me keep it moving. Now, Discovery did this one. I thought it was Discovery. Now, Discovery did this one in like 2005. That fucked up everything. That what made the white woman come out and goddamn change, you know, and because that's right and exact. Y'all did right. Because if you look at that one and look at, you know, and come over here and look at that's him. You see what I'm saying? That's him. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's the manifestation of 2002. Okay, now see, they use actual representations of the brother. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know that the artisans that created that was looking directly at the brother. If he was a white boy, they would not have made all the manifestations of him dark like that. People are going to try to recreate the individual as close to what they look like as possible. Now, there's going to be times where there's symbolisms where they might paint you green or blue, but we understand the symbol. They're not going to do that the majority of the time. And you're going to know that it's a symbolism, okay? Because we know ain't nobody blue. We know niggas ain't green. You understand what I'm saying? So we understand that this brother right here is a dark brown brother. Now, the question becomes, how in the fuck did she take the melanin out of his skin? You understand what I'm saying? Look at his lips. How did she take, you know, and put them, you know, them little thin ass, he ain't even got no damn lips. You understand? This man lipless. You see what I'm saying? And got this skinny nose, you know, head, you know, he ain't got the long, elongated head. You know what I'm saying? He got a boulder ass head sitting up there. You understand what I'm saying? She done recreated this brother. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at this representation of Nefertiti, even though Nefertiti was not his mama, you understand, based on what we saw off the walls, that this is more of a representation of Nefertiti, and this is more of a representation of King Tut than any fucking thing these Europeans then put out there. They lie like a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? We got to quit letting another man tell us our history. This man been lying from day one. He gonna die. He gonna lie to the day he damn die. You cannot go to a European and get your history because he was not there no goddamn way. You understand what I'm saying? We got to speak for ourselves in this day and time. Now, even when you looking at the red okra, the red, and so they say no man red, he's brown with a red tinge. You see what I'm saying? You see in Africa, all over Africa, where they put that red tinge on their face as facial painting and whatnot. But if you take the paint off, he's a brother, and we done seen him with the paint on, and we done seen him with the paint off. You understand what I'm saying? He's a brown brother. Okay, let me go down some. Nah, I got to come like this. Because when you look at, you know, when we look at Eve and we look at the Caucasian being put out of Africa, you see, we see Nefertiti. When you see Nefertiti, she's venerating the sun. You see what I'm saying? We got to deal with the fact that the Caucasoid is a vampire and that they was cursed because they did not have no melanin. They were put out the Garden of Eden. So when you look at the image of the vampire, is always shown disdain. You understand? No reflection in the mirror. You see, she got her face in her hands because she's shamed. And she's shamed because she didn't have no melanin. Now, when I was in Africa, I seen them for myself. And they was being punished by that sun. There's no way you gonna get no European to be half damn naked in no Egypt, venerating no sun, unless that motherfucker trying to commit suicide. That's just the truth of the matter. Let me keep it moving. So how could and when you look at this and understand that Egypt is one of the hottest regions on the planet, the question becomes, how could this woman have lived in Egypt for damn near all her life and remain this pale? I mean, how you gonna play us, Beats? God damn, how you gonna play us, Beats? How you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? It is proven, hands down, that you have been defeated. And you at this point, you just saying any damn thing. You understand what I'm saying? Anything. So if we say we scientific family, we got to really go into these sciences and break it down. And so everybody's always talking about the evolution. I'm gonna go in that shit and break the back on that. He ain't got no damn science. I got to tell y'all that he ain't got no goddamn science at all. You see what, and you see that, you see them arcs going up under her nose, showing you that the life, the atmosphere, the air, that's how, what keeps that indwelling spirit in you alive. And it hit her right in the pineal. Bam! Look at that. Hit her right in the pineal. Bam! Woo! You know that's a sister. You understand? You ain't never seen no white woman venerate no son like that. So when you, now this is when the Europeans came into Egypt. So when you had, we have no problem depicting European people in Egypt. Okay? You see how they put the white paint on their face to depict that they was white? That's easy. You see what I'm saying? We could tell the difference between the African woman and that woman right there. You see what I'm saying? At no time have you ever seen any Egyptian woman or Egyptian man paint themselves white like that. Let me come down. Let me come down. Now, this is Kia, and this is who they believe was King Tut's mother. And you can see that fly ass hairdo, and you know that's us. You know that's the sisters. Y'all put that fly ass bob on y'all head like that. Y'all know that's you. You see that brother Akhenaten right there. They don't know if Tut was his brother or his father. But you can look at that man right there who mama was Queen T. You understand what I'm saying? And you see the manifestation of the sisters, how we, you know, still rocking it just like that today. We right in the exact. You can't go nowhere and get that reflection nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? How we put it down. You know what I'm saying? And I got light-skinned sisters, brown-skinned, black sisters, whatever we all are. I try to put as many different shades in there as possible so don't nobody be mad at me. The same shades that you see in the populace today is the one, when I went up there to do the research and their hairdo was close to that hairdo, that's what I put up, okay? So, you know, I'm being modest about that, so I don't want nobody say, said he put up all dark women, said he put up all light women, said he put up all brown women. I put up all variations of the family, okay? So when you're looking at this sister, Kia, you see what I'm saying? You see the hairdos that the sisters is rocking right now today, still here with us. You see what I'm saying? Still here with us today. And you see right here, the goddess, the empress, almost Nefertari, and you see Nefertari II. And you see that she was dark. Now, when I showed you the other one, you seen the melanin had been pulled out of her skin. But when you go to Abu Simbel, and this is in her temple at Abu Simbel, you see that she's a dark brown sister. So when she chose that name Nefertari, most definitely she knew she was giving homage to the matriarch, the golden age of ancient Egypt, almost Nefertari. Took on all divine attributes of the great almost Nefertari. The divine name of Nefertari, the worship of Amen and Mu. Okay? And so this is in this temple right here that was built by Ramesses. Now, this is in the 19th dynasty. And I had to put up there, you know, we have to pay attention to all things because the feathers that's in Amen's headdress, the Mayat, that's an Ethiopian ostrich feather. Okay, we got to be clear about that. And when you look at the environment of we already know it's in the South. So many times the animal spirits of our people will reflect where the history come from, where the knowledge come from. And so when you look at these temples at Abu Simbel, you see what I'm saying? The temple is facing the Sudan. It's facing Nubia, where she came from. Nefertari II was the daughter of the king of Nubia. So in honor of, the homage to the kings and queen of Nubia. He built this grand temple in honor of his wife, facing the nation where she came from. Okay, showing that the Nubian queen was all powerful. Okay, so when we say Egypt, we speaking of Nubia, and we talking to dark melanin. We talking to the melanated Africans. Okay, so now clearly now when you look at this, you see now to the right that's a Greek from the Fayum in Egypt. Okay, you can easily see what she looked damn near like her. Got the same eyes and lips, and so this is why these niggas be talking this Coptic shit, this, that, and the third, this Coptic shit. Those are the Coptics, the bastards. And she don't even look like a bastard. She look like a purebred Greek. You see what I'm saying? And so again, you look to the left. So if the Egyptians wanted to paint themselves white, they would have done it. You see what I'm saying? Because the one to the left is a Greco-Roman who painted themselves white. You never seen the Egyptians paint themselves that color. Okay? Now, the question right here, which is and so you got to understand that these sisters was ruling, and Nefertiti was and Akhenaten was on the throne before Greece was a nation. So how can you place a white woman on the throne in Africa before you can historically place one on the throne in Europe? That's ridiculous. That's hard body right there. You hear me? That's hard body. When you look at the dates, Greece which is the first European civilization, hadn't even got on the road yet. So how in the fuck can you place a white woman on the throne in Africa before you can historically place one on the throne in Europe? Okay? Now let me come on down because I want to get ready for the God. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you some things. You understand what I'm saying? And this is very beautiful. I'm just, let me start right here. I want to show you this. Now, you see right now today, you see that's almost Nefertari. You see her hairstyle, fly hairstyle. You know how you sisters do. You know what I'm saying? And the sisters did have wigs. Okay, they did wear wigs and they did have weaves. And to my understanding, they might have had some hot combs too. Okay, I ain't for sure, but that's what I heard. Okay, so when you can even see on the wall where the sisters is braiding just like, and you see to the right where the sister got the little hairpin, and you can look right there where the sister got another hairpin with the hair propped up in it right there. She braiding her hair. See what I'm saying? So that lets you know she braiding it right there. Ancient African art, okay, art form of hair braiding. And so I put Queen T, but that's not actually Queen T. That's Queen T's mother. That's Queen T's mother. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, her name was Yuya. Okay, I'm gonna get that, but I'm not gonna put too much. But that is Queen T's mother, and so you see the present day Nubian queen with the same hairstyle. Okay, let me come on, and even here you see the traditions where the sisters carry, a lot, everything from food and all type of artistry and things that they buy at the market or they're going to the market to sell. You see the traditions live on. You understand? From ancient Egypt to right now today in Africa, the traditions live on. Okay, you can't go nowhere else. And these sisters I'm talking about walking with it on their head. They masters of that. You understand? Most niggas can't even carry that shit in their hands without tripping and falling and spilling every goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? Now let me come on down because I got to take it. No, I'm going to show this. And I'm going to go to the skills of the sculptors. And I'm going to get ready to bring the great God, young Pharaoh, on but I wanted to give homage to the sisters. And prove hands down that these is African women. And no doubt, ain't no motherfucking doubt. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. There's no doubt. These is African goddesses, empresses. And I want to actually show y'all, if I can, before I get out of here, the length of the Egyptian empire. You understand what I'm saying? And show you how how these sisters rule large land masses on 3 different continents. You see what I'm saying? No doubt about it. You see Queen T with that fro. You understand? Got it blew out with the best types of herbs and all type of juices in her head. Nigga, she ain't got no goddamn, she ain't going to the Korean. And you looking at these goddesses was the standard of all beauty in the world. There was no European on the, even a civilization, a Korean or a China. So what was you doing there? Got the finest jewelry. I didn't get into all of that, but I will in the upcoming video. I will. But now I want to get into some, y'all. I'm gonna end on this right here: the skills of a master artist and sculptor. Why am I saying that? Because you see, now this is a white boy. Okay, how could the master sculptures of ancient Egypt be wrong when they was looking directly at King Tut and the rest of these African goddesses and the rest of these African kings? They were looking right at them when they sculpted them. Okay, now what am I trying to prove here? When you got a master artist and a master sculptor and they looking right, man, listen, they not gonna be off, nigga. Look at the white boy. He done damn near drew the white boy exactly how he looked. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if he just up and put black in that man's face, he gonna kick that shit over and cuss him out. Okay, why the fuck would you do? You know that ain't how I look. So he gonna lead the man as close to what he looked like as possible. What would make him go put a black face on there and fuck the painting up? You see what I'm saying? So when you got a master sculptor and a master artist, outside of a photo, they gonna get as close to what you look like as possible. Now, this is a brother painting that sister over there. You see what I'm saying? And he's right on how she looked. He's got a good image of what, and he looking directly at her. You understand what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna be wrong in how he draw that sister. Okay. Now, even without him putting any color in her face, you can see that she's African. You know what I'm saying? Now, he might not want to paint. He might want to leave it as a sketch. You don't understand? But you can see that that's an African woman. You see what I'm saying? The ancient artisans were looking directly at Tut, at Nefertiti, at Amos Nefertari, at Amenhotep III, at Empress T, was looking at Akhenaten, was looking directly at them when they created those statues and images. Okay, again, looking at this. Let me get that out of there. Let me get that out of there. I don't know how I got that in the middle. Let me get that out. Okay. So you can see that, I don't know if he a white, yeah, he a white boy. And he right on. He got her. You know what I'm saying? The white boy could draw. You know, I ain't gonna lie. He could draw. He got her. So there's no way that you could produce a better representation of a person than a skilled artisan looking directly at the person. You understand? The only thing is gonna be is a damn photo. You see what I'm saying? Is a damn photo. Okay, look at that. Look at the woman. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing that would probably be more accurate is a photo. So when you look at these ancient carvings and these ancient statues, the artisans are looking directly at the individual. And you're not gonna do better than the artisan that's looking at the living individual. So when you look at them statues of King Tut and Nefertiti, I'm talking about off the wall. I'm not talking about that bullshit in the Berlin Museum. I'm talking about the majority of the representations. They drew them when the individual was alive. Okay, and you're not going to get a more accurate photo. Now look at this. Look at the boy to the left, and you can see that it's a very clear representation of who he is. You can tell he's a European. You can tell that. So if he don't put no color in his skin at this time, I don't know if he gonna do it or not. Okay, but still you could tell he's of European descent. Whether he's a Mexican or whatever, he still got straight hair. I call it like I see it. Okay, now you looking here, and you see that I think the same artist that was drawing the first man. And you can see he's pretty good. You can see her eyes. You can see that the eyes of the little Indian woman is right and exact. He got a good image of who she is, her hair and every motherfucking thing. You see what I'm saying? He's looking at the live representation, and you are not going to be an artisan or a sculptor looking at the live individual. It's impossible for you to do that. Okay, these people come in 1,000 years with no living expression, and then they putting facial features, they putting lips and skin color and eye color and hair of their own, you understand, of their own racist mind on them skulls and creating an image that do not look like the majority of the representations of the Nile. So you look right there, look how sick he look. Look at the one sitting in the chair behind. He did him a favor, because that motherfucker look like he done created a few murders some damn where. He look like he got a couple motherfuckers in the basement some damn where. I see Pharaoh. Let me hit Pharaoh up. Hey, what up, Pharaoh? Yeah, I'm on there now. I'm about to end my live stream now. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you back in about 10 minutes. All right, peace. God was on me. You see what I'm saying? So he look like he got a couple bodies down in the basement right now. You understand what I'm saying? And so let me keep it moving. And so look at this. You see the Chinese woman. You understand what I'm saying? Look just like her. He didn't create nothing that didn't, you know what I'm saying? A true artist will try to be as exact to every detail of a person's being drawn as possible. Detail of a person's being drawn as possible. Okay, so you look right here and you can see. So that's it. That's it. You cannot come 2,000 years. Let me see where I'm at on there. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all this. This brother with that, they call it hyper realistic. You know, this brother from Nigeria. Now look at that. You see that right there? Look at that hyper realistic pencil drawing. This is a Nigerian artist, Arenzi Stanley. You understand? Agibi. Okay, Agibi. Okay, hopes to build a strong recognition for the genre of hyper realistic art. So that damn near look like that man real face. You see what I'm saying? That look like that man, look here. It almost looked like a real person. You understand what I'm saying? If he was to crop the white out, man, you would actually think that's a real photo of that man. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, you know, the level of you know, authentic drawing and representation that a master sculptor or artist, you know, even at the level today, is almost unrealistic. But you got to be looking at a live representation. And so there are no better representation of how our people look than the artists that drew them when they was living. Let me go down here. I think that's about it. I can always come back anyway, but I think that was it. You know what I'm saying? As far as this episode, you know what I'm saying? Let me come back on in because we about to go to part 2. Let me come back on in, family. Let me come back on. Let me come black on in. All right. All right. Wanted to, you know, show respect to the goddess and just show respect to our Africanness today. You understand that Egypt most definitely is an African dynastic bloodline. Oh, say I gave rules and regulations, showed you all the shit that they made up, the color, the lips, whether they were skinny or whether they was fat. They are, and didn't even have the original skulls. Didn't even have that. But even if they had the skull, you supposed to look at the representation of the ancient world as your guideline. You can't go outside the guideline because the artisans was master artisans. And when you understand an artisan and a sculptor, once they reach a master level, and if they looking directly at an individual, you're not going to be better. You're not going to be better than that artist. It's no way. It's impossible. The only fucking way is to have a photo. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you look at the rich melanin of the sculptures and statues of all our African empresses and kings and emperors and all our great personages of ancient Egypt, the sculptors that drew them, that was exactly how they look. That's exactly how they look in every detail. So they trying to steal our history, but today you got a gatekeeper. I love my people. I love my history. And I'm glad the ancestors opened up my mind and my portal to obtain the knowledge that I have today to be able to give to my family out there so that y'all can go out there and bust their ass. And when I get to evolution, I'm already warming y'all up. So y'all already know what they doing out there. How am I looking? Am I live out there? Is the motherfuckers trying? Do y'all see me, y'all? Is these motherfuckers trying to keep me off my shit? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I had to look for myself. I didn't see myself for a minute. I think I'm black. Okay, I'm black. I'm black. So I'm glad, family. Let me get ready. We don't go nowhere now. Because me and Pharaoh about to be right black at y'all ass again now. Don't you go no goddamn where. I need my grade now. I need my grade. I need my family to give me a grade now. I need my grade today. I need my grade, family. I got the lectures coming. I got the DVDs coming, y'all. I got them already burnt up. I just got to, put the give me my grade now. For all the family out there that's asking about the lectures, get with me in about 1 week. Get with me. I already got them burnt up, but I got to package them. You understand? When I got all the old school DVDs. Thank y'all for them great grades y'all give me. I try to do my best. What up, Patah? My good brother, thank you for being here for me, my brother, my king. That's right. That's right. All right, family, love you. For all the family out there that supported me today, donation, thank you very much. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I support you as much as you support me. You see what I'm saying? And so, family, be black with y'all in about 10 minutes. Black Pop.